storming bracket.
News of the World is a Paul Greengrass film, which, yes, if you follow me on Letterboxd, you know it. I'm going to be ranking his films pretty soon. I have one more of his films to go, and that's July 22. But Paul Greengrass is a director that did Captain Phillips, the Bourne films, the second and the third, United 93. So he's a director that you would think I would be excited to see this movie, but can't lie, I was putting off this movie for quite some time. I didn't know anything about it. But for some reason, I think the poster just, I don't want to say it turned me off, but I was just kind of like, I don't know. I feel like this is like going to be like a family-friendly movie, which again is fine. And I've seen plenty of family-friendly movies that I really liked, but I was like, I don't know. It's a Western, and I don't really think Westerns should, be like that, especially when it has like Paul Greengrass directing it, and he's such a gritty director. But at the same time, I was like, you know what? He's a director that is very versatile, so maybe it'll be interesting. But just kept on putting it off, and I finally saw it in theaters. And the reason why I'm saying all this is because, we all try to, go into a movie and say like, oh yeah, there's no bias whatsoever, or there's no predetermined expectations. But I'm here to tell you that those were my thoughts going into the movie. And coming out, it kind of was something where I feel like my expectations might have been the reason why I didn't fully engage with this movie, because I wasn't a big fan of this movie. It's very well shot. I love the cinematography. The score by James Newton Howard is rock solid. Tom Hanks gives a great performance, as does the little girl. She's great too. And the two of them do work well together. There's a shootout that is pretty effective too, and that gives a good oomph to the sound mixing. But other than that, and the production design being also on point, there's not much here for me to personally recommend. I wasn't really able to engage with the characters. I thought the pacing was very tedious. The story was something that I thought was very much so by the numbers. This movie, honestly, as a whole, feels kind of like a lesser engaging, True Grit knockoff, which sounds crazy, but hear me out. Like, True Grit is an amazing film that is filled to the brim with humor, action, suspense, and just perfect pacing. But this movie, I felt like lacked all of that. And I don't mean to compare Westerns, but I just couldn't help but think about that movie while thinking about, obviously reviewing this movie. This is by no means a bad movie, though. I'm not going to sit here and say News of the World is a terrible movie. It's not. It's a movie I can very much so see other people liking it, especially because Tom Hanks, it's Tom Hanks. It's not like he is a bad actor. He is someone that constantly, all the time, gives good performances. And it's great to see that he's really kind of welling into that whole grandfather kind of stage of acting that really is effective, honestly. He's always watchable on screen, and this is yet another one of his performances to add to the resume where it's like, yeah, man, I'm good. So, yeah, News of the World, it's by no means special, but again, I get it why someone might like this movie, but for me, this is on the lesser end of Paul Greengrass's filmography. I appreciate the fact that he was trying to do something new, but for me, I just unfortunately wasn't able to connect with this movie, and that's a shame, given the fact that I'm a huge fan of the Western genre, but alas, here we are. So, News of the World, I'll be giving a 2.5 out of 5-star rating, so yeah, no hot sauce rating. But, guys, News of the World, curious to hear your thoughts down below. Let me know, and as always, don't forget subscription, notification bell, and I'll catch you guys later.